much like my sister's boyfriend does. Almost, not quite. He puts more enthusiasm into that. I don't. Yesterday I found a really interesting guy on YouTube. His name's like Boro Ferris or something. Is it Boro? I can't remember. But anyway, Ferris was his last name. And it was interesting because he was really funny. He was an entertainer, and he had a backstory. At least that's why he interests me. And how he attracts his first audience, I don't know. But this is what he is now to me. And his videos are all very short. Around the 5:30 mark. And they're just kind of short little segments of fun. And everything was quite silly because he usually reacts to 5-minute craft videos. At least that's what he likes to do recently. And when he reacts to them, he makes fun of them, and not really makes fun of them, but he sort of approaches it from a dummy's perspective on them, and then you get to kind of see whether the 5-minute crafts actually work or not. Kind of interesting. Now they don't do the ones from Craft Panda, I don't think. Is that Craft Pandas? I don't know. He doesn't really do the ones from them because they were, I'd say Craft Panda has them more well done, but he does them from another source, which I don't know, and they had some questionable ones. Or maybe not so questionable, but maybe like questionable, yes. You don't know whether or not the particular craft works because of particular products that they used, or because they just work in general, and if it's particular products that they use, then they should show the brand, right? Anyway, but you can't show brands as well in videos, because then that's product placement. But that's okay because it's YouTube videos, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway, he then talked about, he always interacts with this portrait, okay, behind him. He named the person's name inside the portrait apparently is Kelly, and he just received it in his mail one day from his fans, I think. And in a Q&A session, he's like, I've got the Q's and then you've got the A's. He says silly things like that. I do find his humor sometimes quite funny. He has a 6-year-old daughter, I think. Excuse me. Knows his stuff, kind of. Yeah, but he talks in that Q&A some cool stuff, some nice tidbits, things about being yourself, and his dreams about always wanting to entertain and things like that. And I think his outlook about his videos are very interesting, because he says, he wants it to entertain people, and he was homeless for a while, and then he never thought that he would be able to entertain people so quickly, but he knew that he was going to entertain people because he had an optimistic outlook about his life. His optimistic outlook is that everything happens for a reason. And I thought that was really neat, how he thought everything happens for a reason, because it kind of it's very reassuring, I think, to think that way. There's so much, that's not so much pressure of I'm supposed to be great and things like that, or I'm supposed to do well in this situation. No, it's kind of just like, well, things are happening for a reason, and if they're happening for a reason, then I don't have to be so stressed about it, that kind of thing. So I think I like that. It's kind of like a little life hack. Yeah, like those 5-minute craft is a little 5-minute life hack you can do to yourself when life gets down. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think I want to show it to my different Chewy, because it's a video style with some really kind of bizarre humor because he does everything very exaggerated. You might also say it's to a point that it's almost stupid. It's not like he's not stupid. I'm not trying to say that, but the things he does, it's almost like almost cringe. To borrow words from the Gaming Genius circle. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about AOV now because it's going to happen in like what? How many minutes? 3 hours? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So 3 hours. Then we're gonna have the Premier League, right? You know what I should do? I should like literally make these videos available on YouTube or some. They are available on YouTube, but I might connect them together a little bit more with the AOV effort, and you know we can have a real natural social media presence. I should say organic, not natural. Organic social media presence that maybe people can look forward to before the actual Premier League. That's an idea, right? That is an idea. I don't know how I feel about that exactly yet. I mean, people do see my face, but if I connect it to, I could put these videos onto like the GG stuff. Yeah, I might do that. Like especially on the Facebook, but they're pretty long, so then I need to make them more short, concise, and talking to the point about Arena of Valor Premier Series, right? Yeah, I need to. Maybe I could do that. Okay, I'll think about that one and how it works. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think I already talked about because the Academy League happened, so I must have already talked about that. Then it's just the Premier League. Today, 3 teams are gonna go head to head. 6 teams are gonna go head to head with each other in 3 matches. So we're actually doing 6 games. 6 games. What's that? That concept. Okay, that concept is basically 4 hours of games. I think 3 to 4 hours of games. Yeah. And that's gonna be crazy because the first time we did our tournament, NA Glory tournament, way back in October, that was 5 matches that we had to stream consecutively. Although we were doing it in parallel to each other, so we had like 2 stations going on at the same time. So that makes a little bit of a difference. But yeah, okay. And today, Tempest Tries can't help us co-cast, so Peter Pod is going to be on him as his own. I feel like I made some mistakes about it. I was a little bit too relaxed, too in the feeling of, oh, this is now a routine, and not really treating it as a month, like a week by week kind of thing. So that's a little bit of a problem for me. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I have the scripts and stuff from last time, so I could use those when I prepare the talks to my people, the captains, and then yeah. All right, I'm home. It's gonna happen in 3 hours. Better go prepare. Oh, last thing I say about something. We were listening to CBC Radio, and it was interesting because there was a talk show, Fresh Air, that I ended up not really liking. And it's not that I don't like it. It was more just that, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know why I didn't really like it. Okay. And then I decided to really just think a little bit about it. In terms of like, okay, why? There's like The Current with Matt Galloway. There was like Q with Tom Power. There was AIH with what is it again? I forget the two people, but there was two. There was like a Duncan someone, and then the lady. They were both really pretty good too. We figured that maybe it has to do with the tone of the voice, the speed of the talk, the intonation, and everything like that. That makes you either like it or not like it in terms of the host talking. So yeah, I was thinking, if I take this a little bit more seriously, the stuff I'm doing with AOV, then maybe I could go and learn a bit about that. So yeah. The problem with it is, I feel like I'm taking a very formal approach to all that social media jazz. Not social media, sorry, content creation. Content creation stuff. And, there's good about it and there's bad about it. Good about it is that then I might be setting off on a good foot. But the bad part about it is that if I'm approaching it from a more formal perspective, like, oh, let's go learn the theory about it and then try to improve, then I feel like I might set myself up for great expectations and thus great failure. And I don't want to do that. I want to have it remain fun for me. Yeah. But that's tough. That's tough. I mean, I feel like what we really need right now is a lot of exposure. Like if it was the Arena of Valor stuff, then I think what we need is exposure and marketing, and not necessarily just trying to improve the quality all the time, right? So yeah, we'll see. I'm not too defeated about it, but then at the same time I don't really know how to proceed about it either. So I've added like a bunch of Facebook friends using the Facebook account that I have made for this purpose, for my gaming, I guess I should say that, any GG one. And yeah, I've added a bunch of friends that mainly try to target people who seem to game and seem to play Arena of Valor, but I don't know because there was a bunch of Thai people I think I ended up adding, and they all added me back, and there was like 200 other friend requests that came through. I just kind of tried to accept them all, and hopefully just build a social media network. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, the one other thing, I should add it onto the Shaper profile, but yes, the Shaper stuff I was trying to do as well. I got onto Shaper asking for help about this, just not really asking for help, but sort of just saying like, oh, I want mentorship about it, but currently no matches yet. I've been on it for the 3rd day now. It's much more interesting than matching for dates and stuff, so I ended up doing that instead. Yeah. And then there's research on the side. No, not on the side. I did not say that. No. Research is like the first thing. I finish it and then I do my hobbies. Okay. Yeah. Research wise, we understood about that sliding mode control. No, not just sliding mode controller. We talked about the other one. What's it called? Oh God. The one that did the LMI and sensor stuff, like the limited sensor, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten the reply back from our decision for purchasing yet from my professor. Hopefully she will get back to us very soon about that. And then the other part about that is I just probably go to the next solution. I've already decided that one of the solution wasn't gonna go. That was the one I was talking to my other professor about just this past week, and I think I told you guys about the reason why we're not gonna use it is just because like it didn't seem like what it was. Oh, I guess I didn't, because I was asking you guys well, not you guys, I suppose. I was just asking the camera and talking to the camera about what is this Q and R in their optimal model. you know, because they have a cost guarantee or something like that, right? And apparently, as it turns out, after discussing it with my professor, it turns out that maybe they were just using that cost guarantee to guarantee string stability. And the reason about that is because, see, the Q and the R has worked on the states, okay? Like we've seen it before. It's like this X transpose QX kind of idea, and that form is supposed to give you something like, you know, like the energy equation, okay, like 1/2 kV squared, or you know, like, well, yeah, okay, yeah, 1/2 kV squared, okay. That's like is it kinetic energy? I think so. Something like that, okay? Because it's like velocity squared, and then you get energy. Something like that, okay? But anyway, that kind of gives you some sort of idea of how much effort you put into the system and what the magnitude is. And so you get the state squared, and then you also, they put the R matrix is operating on the U's, which the U's stand for the control effort. So if you imagine you're driving a car and you're trying to follow the car in front of you, maybe your state is the relative distance between you two, and you want this distance to be maintained at some particular value. And so you take the error of that. So the particular value, the difference between that, and so you want to keep it at 0. And so if it's at 0, too much sneezing. So if it's at 0, then you have little cost, okay? And then for your control effort, you want to make sure that you're not trying to accelerate too much because you want to maintain this flat speed, right? So then if it's at 0 again, if your acceleration is at 0, that means you're cruising along and you're not gonna have too much cost, okay? So then if that were the case, then if this cost was bounded, that means somehow it tapers to 0. And so you would have string stability. But I wasn't too excited about that because I thought they were talking about the performance of the system, like in terms of like, oh, you got the settling time and blah, blah, blah. And so I was pretty excited about that. But then it turns out that they were just using it for string stability, and not so exciting after all. However, the exciting part is that you can maybe take that idea, put it onto the reinforcement learning side of things, and guarantee string stability that way, or prove string stability that way. No, I'm a genius. No, I'm not. I'm not a genius. No, the camera is a genius because it's helping me get that idea. Wait. No, that doesn't sound right. No. I'm just gonna be humble and say, wow, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. We've recorded long. Okay, see you later.